Yeah, it's doable. Whew. Hey guys, Josh here. Thanks for tuning in. Alright guys, so I'm back out in the woods, finally. I've had a lot going on here lately, so I've not had a chance to really be out here, and trust me, I've been missing it. So yeah, but we're back out now. So I've got camp set up. We are rocking the Warbonnet Ridgerunner tonight, the bridge hammock. So yeah, I've just been wanting to do a hammock camp out. So this is going to be more of just a relaxed camp out, just laid back, taking it easy. Not a lot of bushcrafty stuff tonight, so just taking it easy. Going to be a good night, relaxing. I've even got my chair, so I busted out the chair, and so yeah, this is just a night of taking it easy and enjoying the outdoors. And I've also got a lot of new gear on this trip. Since it's been 2 or 3 weeks since I've been out on a camp out, I've accumulated some gear over that period, so I'm going to test out some new gear on this trip. I'll point it out to you as I use it. I mean, not a ton of stuff, but I do have a few new things that I want to try out on this trip. And yeah, it's going to be a good night, guys, real good night. And yeah, the reason I've not been camping in a few weeks is mainly because baseball. Leland's baseball season started. I'm one of the coaches, and so we've had baseball practice, we've had baseball games. We went to an Atlanta Braves game last weekend on a Saturday, so I wasn't free that weekend. So baseball has been taking up most of my time here lately, and it's starting to get warm. The weather has warmed up, so this is not my typical weather as far as camping. It's not my favorite weather, I should say. I am not a warm weather camper. I'll do it, but I don't like to do it as much as I do in cold weather. So when it's cold weather, I like to get out and do the bushcrafty stuff and camp under the tarp and do all that cool stuff. But now that it's getting warmer, snakes are out, bugs are out, so it's going to be more tent camping, more hammock camping and things like that when I do go. So I might have to space it out a little bit more. It's not going to be probably as consistent as, you know, when it was cold weather, just because I don't enjoy hot weather. I don't enjoy camping in hot weather. I'm in southeast Tennessee. It's hot here. You know, summers are humid, ridiculously hot, and that is not fun camping weather. So here coming up soon, I'm going to be doing some more kayaking. So I'll have the kayak out. So we'll change it up a little bit for the hotter weather. But yeah, tonight is going to be relatively cool. This is the coolest weekend we've had in the last few weeks. So it's about 65 right now. It's going to dip down to about 40 tonight. So I figured since we're going to have this little bit of cool weather, I might as well get out and get some camping done and get some videos filmed. So that's what we're doing. But again, it's more of a relaxed camp out, not a bushcrafty type camp out or anything like that. But that's good too. It's going to be a good time. I've got steak. I'm going to cook up some steak tonight. Got a couple beers. So we're going to do it up. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to have a good night and try out a little bit of new gear. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it. And one piece of that new gear is this right here. I got the Pathfinder titanium canteen and canteen cup set. Comes with the canteen. It comes with a little cup, a smaller cup, bowl type thing that it all nestles together with the actual canteen. So it's really cool. I like it so far. So I used to have a heavy cover titanium canteen set, and I sold it, and I've always really regretted doing that. So I was going to buy another heavy cover set, and then I saw Pathfinder came out with this one, and I don't know, I like the look of it, the shape of it. It's just cool, so I had to pick it up. And I'm rocking, look at that, the Red Cloud Outdoors shirt. So yeah, I've got a shirt. Now this is not something I'm selling, so don't start throwing me your money or anything. This is just something I wanted to get, you know, for me personally. Just kind of a test run to see how it turned out, and maybe try some more shirts and different things like that. So I'm going to get a few, and you know, if they turn out okay and I like them, and maybe one day the channel will be big enough to where we can actually sell some stuff. But I'm not too worried about that. I just wanted the shirt. So yeah, so I got the new shirt, and yeah. And I mentioned I'm in the Warbonnet Ridgerunner. So I've got it all set up. I've got my underquilt on it, which I forgot to put on first. And I remembered I didn't put my underquilt on. I already had the tarp and everything up. And then I put the underquilt on. It is just a hammock gear underquilt for a gathered in hammock. Last time I used the bridge hammock and I used a regular underquilt meant for a gathered in hammock, I got really cold. It didn't turn out so well. So I've got a big heavy 10-degree underquilt, which is going to be overkill. But I've got it on the hammock. I didn't do anything special to the underquilt to make it fit the hammock. I just made it work the way that it is. So I'm hoping tonight it doesn't get too cold. If it does, and I have a situation like I did a while back in the hammock and I'm really cold, then we'll just have to deal with it, and eventually I'll invest in an underquilt specifically for a bridge hammock. But anyway, we'll see how it works out. So it's not going to be crazy cold tonight, but still in a hammock with that air flowing underneath you and no buffer in between, or very little in between, it can get pretty cold. It doesn't matter if it's 40 degrees or what, so it can get chilly. So we'll see how that goes tonight. But otherwise, I think we'll be good. We'll have a fire. I'll go gather some firewood shortly. I picked this spot right here. It's not the most level spot, but I picked this spot just because there's a lot of potential firewood that's already down. A lot of down trees and, you know, dead standing stuff. So should be pretty easy to gather firewood. And again, it's not going to be like super cold tonight, but I still want to have a fire. I've got to cook my steaks, and there is a chance of rain. It's actually pretty cloudy right now, but there's like a 50% chance of rain. So I don't think it's going to be anything crazy, but we might get a little rain here in a little bit. So, which would be fine with me. I love it when it rains, so I'm good with that. So yeah, all is well. All is well. Alright, so let me show you my setup and the shelter that we'll have for this particular camp out. So I've got the Warbonnet Ridgerunner. This will be the second or third time that I've used it. I've got a 10-degree underquilt, hammock gear down underquilt, which is overkill for what it's going to be tonight, but I really don't have an underquilt that's right in that, you know, mid-range to where it's either a warm weather underquilt or a cold weather underquilt. I don't have anything in between. So hopefully this won't be too hot, but I'm really worried about being too cold again, because this underquilt is not designed for a bridge hammock. So I would rather have one that's more than I need than not enough. So I hope this works. So it should be okay. But anyway, I've got my Wilderness Logics Tadpole tarp, super lightweight. I've got a couple dead sticks that I found over here just laying around. So I've got it pulled out in porch mode so I can give myself easy access in and out. I've got my ground sheet on the ground. I've got all my stuff underneath it organized so it'll stay dry and organized tonight as the night goes on. If it does rain, it'll stay dry. So I've got my pack over there, got my jacket hanging up over there. So I've got my down underquilt inside, or top quilt inside. It's a 40-degree. So I'm not too worried about my top half or top portion staying warm. I'm worried about underneath me, that bottom portion. I'm worried about staying warm, my butt and my back and everything staying warm. So we should be good though. I think we'll be okay. So I just had to kind of rig the underquilt in a way that everything got pulled out because of the design of the bridge hammock. So we shall see how all that works, but I think we'll be okay. But yeah, so again, we've got a little bit of time to kill, and plenty of time to get firewood, food, all that good stuff. So for the time being, I'm just going to relax, take it easy, chill out. Alright guys, so I just been hanging out, doing some photography, did some time-lapse video and just, you know, nature shots and things like that. So that's what I've been up to. But now, let's go collect some firewood. Let's get on the trusty gloves. And I've already got some firewood over here, because when I set up camp where I wanted to put the hammock up and basically have my base camp, there was a lot of down limbs and trees and dead stuff right there in that area. So I piled everything up over here and then got my hammock and camp and everything set up. So I've already got a pretty decent pile of dead dry stuff over here that basically just needs to be cut up. And when I go through it, I can just pick and choose, you know, what's already on the ground and, you know, keep the fire going. So we shouldn't need a ton of firewood tonight, but luckily I've already got a decent pile ready to go that just needs to be cut up. So let's go over there, get that cut up. Then we will start thinking about dinner, get the fire going and all that good stuff. So let's get to it. Remember in the last video, the old hatchet snapped, just completely broke off right here. Well, we got a new one. So this is a Husqvarna hatchet. And I went with another cheapie, kind of like my other one, the Prandy. But this one feels better. I mean, even though it was relatively budget friendly, this one just feels better than my Prandy hatchet. So I like the way it feels. So let's give it a go. This is another new piece of gear. So there's a few so far. Let's get to chopping some wood. Alright guys, so the firewood is done. I've got plenty for now. I'll probably need more later. But again, there's plenty of dead stuff around. That's not an issue. Once I've got a good base of coals, I can just start gathering stuff, throwing it on, have a little bit of warmth from the fire. So I'm good to go as far as that goes. And I've got plenty to get started with and to cook with and all that good stuff. So we're good as far as firewood goes. And we'll start thinking about dinner here pretty soon and cook up those 2 steaks. I've got 2 juicy premium ribeyes. So I don't know if I'll be able to eat both of them, but we'll try. We'll cook them both up, we'll try. But right now I'm not super hungry. I mean, it's 65-ish outside right now, so it's not super warm or super hot, but you know, when you're chopping up firewood, sawing up firewood, you know, doing camp chores, it gets pretty warm. So in those kind of conditions, I don't have much of an appetite. So as I sit here and relax and chill out, then yeah, I'll be hungry here coming up pretty soon. But as of right now, I'm not too bad. So yeah, we're looking good for right now. And the hatchet, the Husqvarna hatchet, I like that hatchet. And I wasn't sure about it at first. I mean, when I first bought it, it was another cheaper, more budget-friendly hatchet, kind of like what I had before. But I could tell right off the bat, the quality felt better when I got it in my hands than the Prandy German-style hatchet that I had before. And I went back and forth. I mean, I was looking at some really expensive hatchets and axes and, you know, really expensive brands, and I just couldn't quite get myself to pull the trigger on a $150 hatchet. So I talked myself into the Husqvarna. I watched some other YouTubers, I watched some reviews, and they kind of sold me on it, so I got the Husqvarna. And as of right now, I'm glad I did. I really like it. I mean, it feels good. I like it. But even at the budget-friendly price, you know, it feels like a good quality hatchet. So happy with that. Very happy. Alright, so it's starting to get a little cool out, so I had to toss the jacket on. So not super cold or anything, but just cool. So yeah, I'm starting to get hungry. Let's get this fire rocking. Let's get dinner going. Enjoy those 2 beers. I've got a couple of IPAs in my bag over here. So beer time, food time, fire time. So let's get it going. Okay, so the only thing I brought in terms of fire making is this small little fire kit. And inside here I have a lighter, the flint and steel and char cloth. And I need to make some more char cloth while I'm out here. And this is just like a little Coleman first aid tin that I found that I had from way back. So I stuffed everything in here. Then I'm going to use this tin to make some char cloth here as I'm getting the fire going and all that good stuff. So I went around earlier, collected some cedar bark from a few different trees. So I guess we're going to go flint and steel. I didn't really think about it beforehand, and this is all I had with me. So grab some cedar bark, not a ton, but we're going to fluff this up, create a little bird's nest, and then use the flint and steel and get our fire going. So yeah, we're going to get a little bushcrafty. So even though I didn't really plan on it, what the hey, let's do it. Okay, so we've got our cedar. We're just going to break this up and fluff it up the best we can. We're making a mess because it's getting all over me, but that's okay. I really should have collected some more because this is going to make a pretty small bundle by the time we crush it all up, but it'll still do the job. So it's relatively dry too. You can see all the dust and stuff coming off of it. So this should work just fine. And I'm dropping a lot of it down here on the ground. So yeah, let's get it broke up. Now for the flint and steel, there's my cotton pieces for some new char cloth because I don't have a lot left. Might as well just take everything out of here since I'm going to make some new ones. Back in the tin. Close it up. Alright, we'll make some new char cloth here in a minute. Alright, so let's get our char cloth, our piece of flint. Just lay it on there as such. There we go. Took me a second. My char cloth is falling apart, but you can see that. Okay, let's get it inside this bundle. Woo. There we go. Alright, so let's let that fire burn down, get us some good coals going. We'll get our steaks on. I had to lose the jacket. I was getting cold, but that fire is hot. So, yeah, I'm sweating. But, yeah. New gear. Here's another piece of new gear. This is a wax canvas skillet bag. And I had one previously, but I saw this little bad boy online and I had to have it. It's got a curved bottom for your skillet to slide down into, or your fry pan, whatever. And I put just a small piece of cordage on it just to hold it all together. nice and tight. But yeah, this is from Colorado Bushcraft, and I've been buying a lot of stuff from those guys lately, so I really like their products. But yeah, inside here I've just got all the regular stuff that I had before. It's just a different bag. Spatula, tongs, just all that good stuff. I do have some new silverware too. I don't, oh yeah, little titanium cook set or cookware, whatever. Fork, spoon, knife, all that good stuff, just small, lightweight. So I'm gonna try these out. I've still got my heavy cover spork, the all-in-one thing, but I'm gonna give these a shot and see what I think about them. I wanted something smaller, something not as long as the spork. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, this is new, and just more new gear that I've got. So yeah, that's new. What else did I say was new? Oh, the titanium set is new. The hatchet is new. I've got a new lens for my camera. Of course, you can't see that. I've got a new GoPro that I'm going to try to utilize in my videos. I bought it mainly for kayaking, but I thought maybe I could use it on some of these trips just for time lapse and things like that. So yeah, I've got the GoPro. I've got a new titanium stove, or a grill, not a stove. It's just like my old Bushcraft grill that I said I didn't like, and I bought the Bitty Big Q grill. Well, I got a Pathfinder titanium grill. It's basically the same thing as my other one. I love the Bitty Big Q. It's so weird to say, Bitty Big Q. I like the Bitty Big Q grill. It's just so big and bulky and heavy. So I wanted to try this titanium one. I'm sure I'll have the same issues that I had with the Bushcraft grill, because it's basically going to function the same way, but you know, whatever. We'll try it out and see, and see what we think about it. So I'm not giving up on the Bitty Big Q grill or anything, but yeah, I had some points with Pathfinder, the Pathfinder store, so I wanted to use those points, and I basically got the grill for nothing. So I just figured, what the heck, I'm basically not even paying for it. Let's just get the grill, try it out, see if I like it any better than the little stainless steel Bushcraft grill that I had. So we'll try it out. We shall see. All right, let's dip into our Voodoo Ranger New Belgium. Oh, that's good. It's not very cold, but that's the way it is. I had my 2 steaks in a bag, frozen. They're 3/4 of the way thawed out, I guess. But I had my beer in there with them, but the steaks didn't keep the beer as cold as I was hoping, but that's okay. Still good. Alright, so our fire is burning down. We're getting some decent coals. So yeah, these steaks may take a while to cook. So I want to get a pretty solid bed of coals. And I'm not worried about firewood again. There's firewood all over the place. And in between filming, I went around and grabbed some more dead stuff and hauled it back here. So I've got some more stuff here that I can saw up whenever I'm ready to. So not a big deal. And let me tell you, I was not enjoying this camping trip at first. Things were just not going well today. I actually started not to come. Leland had baseball pictures this morning, so we had to go do baseball pictures, and then I got home and got my stuff ready, and because I knew this was going to be the last weekend that I could go for maybe a couple more weeks. So we're going back to Atlanta next weekend for an Atlanta Braves game. So I can't go next weekend. I at least want to try to maybe kayak one day next weekend for a little while. But yeah, but I seriously thought about not coming. And anytime I feel like that, I always watch videos, some YouTube videos, and you know, that kind of gets me and gets the juices flowing and gets me, you know, wanting to get out there. And sometimes I'll even watch a little bit of my own videos just to remind myself that I have a good time when I come out here. But sometimes you're just not feeling it. You know you need to go. You part of you wants to go, but part of you just kind of wants to be lazy. And that's kind of the way I was earlier today. And as soon as I got here, my wife called me. She had a flat tire. She went through the car wash, and apparently something in the car wash when you first pull in and they direct you in there and have you, you know, put your wheels at a certain spot. Well, apparently something there on the rail or whatever it was, there was something missing. There was a piece missing. Something was broken. I don't really know. And as soon as she pulled up, it punctured her tire. She totally flat tire right there, blocking everybody. So she called me, and I'd already started. I'd already loaded up. I was already not a long ways back, but I was already starting my hike back here. So I called my dad. So my dad was going to go over there and get her taken care of because it was going to take me a while to get back to her. So my dad went over there. Thank you, Dad, for that. And so, you know, just right off the bat, as soon as I got here, I thought I was going to have to leave and go help Tracy. And luckily my dad was able to go do it. But, you know, and I got here and just, I wasn't feeling it. And things just didn't seem to be going the way that I wanted them to, and I just didn't have a lot of enthusiasm. So I hope that doesn't show in, you know, the earlier parts of the video, but I don't know, maybe it will. But anyway, but I'm enjoying it now. Now that I've got out here, I've got settled in. I'm glad I came. I'm having a good time. Yeah, you just have those days sometimes. Sometimes you're just not feeling it. Even though I'd been looking forward to it all week long, when the day got here, I was just kind of like, bleh. I kind of just want to stay at home, watch the Braves, chill out. But nah, I decided to come on, push through, get out here. I watched some videos that helped me. So yeah, I'm out here. I'm having a good time. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, I hope it's not too obvious in the earlier parts of the video that I'm just like, ugh, whatever. So, yeah, I'm enjoying it now. I'm having a good time. Ready for some steak and beer. Okay, so I feel kind of silly. My two steaks are actually one steak. One big thick steak. I swear I thought it was two steaks like on top of one another. But no, it's just one big steak. So yeah, that's going to take some time to cook. And I'm already struggling with the grill. So it would be so much better if I would have just not been stubborn and brought my bitty big Q grill, folded the legs, got it up off the fire, that way I could manage it. But this little grill is right down on the fire. It's blazing hot. I can't get down there. I mean, I'm basically burning my fingers and knuckles trying to get down to it to flip it and make sure it doesn't just scorch. So yeah. Some people just, they don't learn. They just don't listen. They just don't pay attention to past mistakes and repeat things. That would be me. So it's basically the same grill as my Bushcraft grill, which I didn't like. I said I'd never use again. And I basically just bought the exact same thing, just in a titanium version. Why did I think it was going to be any different or any better? So I should have just stuck with the grill that has been doing me right for the past few weeks. And it would be a lot less hassle trying to cook this steak right now. Oh man. Alright guys, we're gonna eat. It's done. It took a minute, but it's done. It's a little black, but the inside should be nice and juicy. Alright, let's try it. It's good. Oh yeah, that's good. Might be black on the outside, but it's good on the inside. Totally burned outside, but that's good. I'm not so mad about it now. And that char on the outside's good. Alright guys, I'm going to turn the camera off, eat my steak, drink some of my beer. I'll get the fire built back up here shortly when I'm done, but I'll be back soon. That might have been worth all the trouble. I'm just sitting back enjoying my beer, hanging out, not doing much of anything else, which is fine by me. So yeah, just surfing Instagram and things like that. I've got service out here where I'm at, so checking the weather. And speaking of Instagram, I do have an Instagram page, so check that out for some photos and stuff. I don't post like religiously on it, but I do post some photos and updates and things like that on it. So yeah, check out, it's in the description. So yeah, just check out my Instagram page, Facebook page, all that good stuff if you want to kind of know what's going on when I'm not actually on video and all that good stuff. So, or not, whatever. So what are we going to do on our next trip? And I don't know when that'll be, but anytime I'm on a camping trip, I'm always thinking about the next trip. What I want to do, maybe what kind of camp out I want to have. So I don't know. I don't know what I want to do next time out. I would like to bust out the tarp. Actually, you know what? I know what I want to do. If my bug bivvy comes in, I want to do a camp out under the tarp with the bug bivvy. That way I don't have to worry about any mosquitoes, ticks. Smoke is coming right at me. But yeah, maybe not the oilskin tarp, but maybe just my Aqua Quest tarp. And bust it out, use the bug bivvy. That sounds like a plan. Maybe on a nice rainy, stormy type night. And I've got a new sleeping pad at home that I'm wanting to try out. I got a Thermarest Topo, something like that. I don't know. It's like humongous. It's thick. And that's what I wanted. I remember, I think I mentioned in my last video that I wanted a new sleeping pad. This is a rectangular shape. It's not the mummy shape, and it's super thick. So I want to get it out and try it out. And maybe use that with the bug bivy and give that a go on a nice rainy night. But I know the next thing I'm doing, I'm getting the kayak out soon. So I was actually down in I've got like a shed behind my house, like a garage type thing. And I was down there today looking for something, and I saw the kayak, and I was just like, man, I want to get the kayak out. Hit the river, do some fishing. So, yeah, maybe just a day trip in the kayak and do some fishing. That sounds fun. But the river is literally like right behind my house. So it's like there's a street that separates me and the river. So all I got to do is go down to the river. I could walk over there easy. I'm actually looking at a like a cart for my kayak, like a little two-wheel cart. I can hook up to the kayak and just walk down to the river. Don't even have to fool with loading it into the car. I could be there in like 5 minutes. So just pull it behind me, get in, go for a nice paddle. So that sounds like a plan. And I want to explore some areas along the river that maybe I could spend the night at, do a little camping. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, definitely got a kayak. Got to do that soon. So as far as my next overnighter, we'll see. Maybe tarp and the bug bivy. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. So. Alright guys, just pretty much doing the same thing I've been doing. Sitting here staring at the fire, drinking my beer. I'm still on my first beer. I've got a whole other one to go, but just been sipping on it, enjoying my time out here. So it's been a good night. It feels so good out here right now. I know I was complaining earlier about being hot and sweaty and all that, but right now it is super comfortable. I mean, I've still got my short sleeves on. It got a little bit cooler earlier. I put my jacket on, but now that I've got the fire going and I'm a comfortable distance away, it's like the perfect storm. I mean, I can feel the warmth of the fire. I don't need a jacket. I'm like just perfectly comfortable. So I am feeling good right now. So this is nice, very nice. So I went around, grabbed some more firewood. I've still got some of my pile of firewood here, but I don't know, I'm weird. I like to save my firewood. So I went around and I've just been picking up dead stuff and throwing on the fire, and then right before bed I'll throw the rest of my good stuff on and let it burn and enjoy it. So, but yeah, I think that's going to be it for me tonight, guys. I'm going to sit back, finish my beer or beers, and I might bring you back when I crawl into the hammock. I don't know yet, but we'll see how things play out. But if not, I'll see you guys in the morning. So I'm just going to sit here and enjoy the fire. I mean, it's just 9 o'clock right now. So anyway, but yeah, going to enjoy the fire. Maybe catch up on some videos. I downloaded a ton of videos before I came out here because I wasn't sure if I'd have service. But yeah, just gonna enjoy it, guys. So I'll be back soon, or I'll be back in the morning. So one way or the other, I'll see you soon. Take care, guys. Good morning, guys. I am awake and up and at 'em. So, yeah. Got my bag with all my goodies in it. Oh, dig through here and see what we got. Coffee. Definitely coffee. Remember last night, I think I mentioned it anyway, that I was going to have pancakes this morning. I had like a pancake mix, and yeah, I must have left that at home because I can't find it. And I was kind of excited about trying that pancake this morning, but I can't find it. So, yeah, no syrup, no pancakes, or pancake. So, I guess it's going to be just good old-fashioned oatmeal, because I always keep some extra oatmeal in my bag. So, oh, oatmeal it is, I guess. Alright, let's get the water on the fire. We'll talk some more. Yeah. Alright, guys. Coffee's done. I brought my cook sub, but since this is new, let's just try it out. And I've got my oatmeal over here. I'm letting it set for a few minutes to thicken up. I put a little too much water in it. Oh, that's good. Hot. Good. Alright, so how was last night? Last night was fine. I slept pretty good. Stayed warm. Didn't have any issues with the underquilt. So, yeah. It didn't get as cool as I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to be like 40. It stayed into the mid to upper 40s, somewhere around there last time I checked. So it didn't get super cold. So yeah, I stayed comfortable, slept fine, even though I felt totally restricted in the hammock. It was all right. So it's just, no matter how much I want to be, or no matter how much I want to enjoy hammock camping, I just don't. I just do not. From the whole setup process to the actual time in the hammock, I'm just not. I guess I just need to face it. I'm just not a hammock camper. I'm just a boring old tent tarp camper, I guess. And that's cool with me. Okay, so I've actually got most of camp packed up now. So, trash bag. But, yeah, I've got the, my water fell over. I've got the majority of camp packed away. Hammock, tarp, all the bigger items, quilts, all that stuff packed up, put away. So now I just got a few little odds and ends to pick up, and we'll be ready to go. It's 8:35, so I got up pretty early this morning. I'm just letting the fire burn out some. I don't have a whole lot of water to put on the fire. I can walk to some water, and I may end up having to do that. I can walk through the woods over here and come out to a creek. I just really don't want to, but I'll probably have to, because I don't want to leave any traces of the fire here. So, yeah. But yeah, it was a good camp. Didn't start out so great. A lot of things going on yesterday. A lot of frustrations. And nobody's fault. It just just stuff that happens. And so yeah, I didn't really want to be out here too much when I first got here. But yeah, as the day went on and I settled in and got everything set up and got some food cooking, which was another frustration, but it turned out okay. Actually, it turned out great. But yeah, just it ended up being a pretty solid trip. Definitely not one of my best trips, but a good trip nonetheless. So I had a good time. Really did. Had a good time. Looking forward to it again if we get some more nice weather like this, and or at least before the temps shoot up and to the craziness. But yeah, it was a good time. Good time. Kayaking next though. Gonna bust out that kayak, get on the river, do some fishing. I don't have much luck when I'm fishing. I do at the pond that I go and fish at, but the river by my house where I put the kayak in and fish, I don't have any luck whatsoever there. So hopefully though, maybe this year will be different. But yeah, looking forward to getting the kayak out, take it for a spin, a paddle, a cruise, whatever. But yeah, good times, good times, good times. So I think that's it, guys. I'm ready to get out of here, ready to get home, and got some things going on today. So I want to get home, showered up, ready to do the other things that I have to do today. So we're going to call it quits, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, whatever, drop them below and I'll answer them the best that I can. I try to respond to everybody and just let you know that I'm listening, and I appreciate your comments. So if you have any questions about gear, anything like that, comment or send me a message. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. You can find me. So you can get in touch with me if you really need to. So, yep, I'm going to pack up the rest of the stuff that I've got just laying around, put the fire out, probably have to make a hike to load up on some water, come back, douse the fire or the ashes and get everything put out. But I'm gone, guys. Until next time, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you watching. Take care.